And there should
I'm not blaming. Oh, there we go. Okay.
almost be a full-time camera on him.
On Meek.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, you know how Kirk's show is like there's always
a camera on Justin and Dave.
The movements.
Yes. Yeah.
Speaking of, well, it's myself, Clemmer, Vibbs, Hubs is about to come in. Shout out to Pick Central yesterday, 1 million views.
That's great.
Big.
Any other show got 1 million views yesterday?
I don't know. I don't pocket watch other
This
shows.
show.
This show.
Keeping the lights on.
That's one way to put it.
Everywhere.
And we can all thank the Indiana Pacers.
Yep, exactly.
Meek, do you have any? So your behavior was controversial, maybe yesterday. Do you have any anything to say about yourself? Kind of yesterday's performance on the show yesterday.
Meek was answering his own trolls.
Yeah, I saw that. You had some kind of a Meek's Twitter is very sad.
You want me to be happy?
What's that?
You want me to be happy?
I mean, I think you can be normal about, like, you know, if the Knicks lose, you still. I will say this, Meek. If the Knicks lose, the sun will still rise.
It is game one.
No, the sun
It's
isn't
game
rising
one in a
today,
7-game
Clemmer.
That was game 5. A little different.
You
Right.
can't say the sun will rise when it's raining in New York City every fucking day.
That's true. The sun has died. You're not wrong about that.
Meek, the sun, it's
He's not wrong, actually, about that.
fucking almost.
It's going to be a lousy weekend, too, I think, too.
It's fucking freezing.
I know. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Meek. Maybe the sun has died.
Meek's timeline was depressing.
Oh, my
Sad.
God.
I wish my
yeah.
brain would explode so I
Yes.
didn't have to live in this world.
I
It's
mean-
like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, what's
game
going
one?
on? What happened?
What's going on?
There was one yesterday. I was like, actually, like, should we check on him?
Yeah,
you know.
no, I think we're all right. We don't need to check.
Yeah, do
I
we
hit
need
my
to-
Case and Wallace bet yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah, and some troll tried to chirp me saying I got a bad number. It's like I hit by like 4 PR.
Oh yeah, this one.
Hey, it hit.
You're such a fucking pussy. I wish Bosco fucking folded you that morning. Stupid pussy fuck. I hope the worst for you. Genuinely, I would love for something awful to happen to you. First of all, very mean.
Mean.
And no reason. Like, that's crazy. And you just go, me too.
Yeah.
You know what?
Meek,
Why are you doing that?
Meek, can't-
No one hopes
on.
that. You know, this guy's Jimmy Jimbo Johnson. You answered.
That's actually kind of a respectable handle. Normally it's like,
Well, no, the handles is
You see the reply? I looked in the.
Timmy Jimmy's.
that's still not bad. Normally it's like cunt fart 69 and you're like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. 16 followers, and you said me too.
Oh, Meek, come
And the
on.
other thing was need something heavy smashed on my head.
Oh, Meek, no.
I've had trouble sleeping.
And what's going on with your eye?
Yeah, what's wrong?
I think it's. I don't think it's just stress because it's happened a lot.
Stress. What stress do you have?
Oh God!
What is the stress?
Can I finish talking?
That's funny. I'm just thinking
That's
about.
funny, Meek.
I'm just
Come
thinking
on.
about that guy who got up this morning at 4 a.m. to go work in the rain.
Single dad.
Like construction job, and Meek feels I'm stressed, man. Knicks lost game
Knicks
one.
lost.
This happened to me a lot during like the Mets like September and October
What?
last year, where like my right eye would just start twitching.
I'm so back in on Meek. I'm so back in.
I mean, I care too much. Maybe I'm sorry. Like it's just how I am.
biggest
No, listen.
flaw.
You know what? I'm back in, Meek. You got me. You wrote me back in. Why? Only I could say something nice, and he gets mad.
Oh,
at me.
yeah.
Why are you mad at me for
I'm
saying
not
that?
mad at you.
You
make
why'd you go like
faces.
this?
Yeah,
I'm
you make
really
face-
smiling at
You
you.
were
right
not
now.
smiling. You know it. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna see you again until Tuesday. So by then, games 2 and 3 will have been played, correct?
Yeah.
So
That's correct.
what kind of Meek are we gonna? So let's say it's 0-3. We're gonna get, I guess, despondent Meek.
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
If it's 1-2, what kind of Meek do we get? That means you split.
1-2, I'm 0-3, I'm miserable. 1-2, I'm dead.
You're
2-1
dead. So if they split these next 2 games, you're dead.
I mean, down 2-1 going into game 4 isn't a good place to be.
But if you win that, it's 2-2.
Then if you lose that, it's 3-1.
It's fair. Meek, I have a question. What are you doing tonight?
Oh God.
Watching the game, I'm not going anywhere to watch it. I probably just want to be by myself.
Yeah.
I would flip the camera on for the second half. In that dungeon?
I don't
Just
know.
saying, I'd watch it.
Oh, no, I would 1,000% watch that.
Listen, if you're feeling bored, I think it would. It would.
But at the same time, like, let's say we win tonight. I'm not gonna be like that happy. I'm just gonna be like, I'm still gonna be thinking like, damn, we should be up
No.
2-0.
No, you get happy. You get
not
all.
gonna be
You start
happy. I'm
shaking and stuff when the Knicks win.
As a
You were
fan,
shaking during the stream with the Celtics. You were like
Because we were up, we were never trailing that series.
But
But you were losing a game and you come back and you start shaking and twitching and stuff.
Yeah.
You get very excited, which is good.
I don't know. Like, even at 1-1, I'm not gonna feel like great. Like,
that's crazy.
Because every game for the rest of the series, I'm just gonna keep thinking like, damn, that game won.
If
Damn, that
the
game won
Knicks
is right
win
there.
by 20 points tonight, I would be very confident.
I would feel good. Yeah.
As a Pacers fan, I think Vibs would even be like, "Fuck, we really pulled one of our ass." Like, thank God.
No, they should feel. They won.
No, but if they won by 20
I know,
tonight,
but, like,
they'd be like, "Oh my God, we really almost got blown out twice."
It does even it up. Like,
It's
They
just
won.
more.
The Pacers fans, regardless of tonight's outcome, they should feel 100%.
1,000%. I agree
Absolutely,
with that
Meek.
too. I think
Absolutely.
both are. I think both is true. Where it's
Right.
like, Vibs, am I wrong? Like, if you
you're
won by
100%
20, you'd be like, "Fuck, thank God we got."
maybe that game 1 is an aberration.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, when the Knicks went up by, like 20 in game 1, I was like, wow, they're
16
having
with
their
7
way. They're
minutes to
doing.
go.
Cat is eating. Brunson's eating. We can't stop them. Like, yeah, this isn't good. But then those last 8 minutes, Neesmith was a flamethrower. So it's like, all right, is he gonna do that again? Probably not. But I think everyone else steps up.
I would take his under in threes tonight.
What is it at? Yeah.
I don't know what it is. God,
Oh,
My
it's gonna
take
be
is
so-
over
they're
just
gonna-
so
yeah.
I don't have to fucking like deal with it again.
Yeah.
Like,
what? Can you check his what Neesmith's threes are?
Yeah.
He's got some funny movements today.
He does.
He's funny today.
I'll look at.
I didn't like yesterday's Meek.
No, I didn't
It's
either.
good for the
No,
show.
I ended up liking it.
I did not.
In the moment, I go, this. I actually saw this. Someone tweeted this it was either at me or it was in a thread. It was like, this show just seems like they like to get mad and they don't know why. And I said, that is what the bio of Pick Central is. Yeah. We all get so angry at each other, and at some point, I'm like, what are we even talking about?
The weirdest.
Yesterday was one.
Well, he was a 4-year-old yesterday.
No, but yesterday one was me when they were like, Harton, did you use me?
That was Liam. That was Liam. Hand up.
That's fine. But I was like, I'm not in the fight with you. Yesterday was like when I was fighting with Ev when he's like, Hartenstein's the reason why the Knicks are we are now, like the culture. And these Knicks fans are delusional.
Oh, they're crazy.
Where it's like Hartenstein had nothing to do with this team this year, and he's like, well, of course he's not on the team. I go, yes, I know. That's the whole argument. And then we argued for 20 minutes about it.
That was the weirdest thing.
Ev defending.
Bring that up.
No, the weirdest thing was Ev defending the street signs things, or they're saying it was not like.
You have to give Ev. Ev is. I think Ev is also known to himself as a hip. Like he knows that he is loyal to a fault to his team.
That's great, but he will shit on if the Jets or Mets did that. He would be rubbing it in my face. 24/7. And the fact that he said that wasn't the case, he's either delusional or lying.
I do.
That's crazy.
Listen, I do think you gotta wait till you get at least in the finals. I wouldn't have bad.
You're halfway there. You've done nothing.
Finals, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense.
Second round is nothing. Now you go to the NBA Finals, right? Then you get excited. That's a legit accomplishment.
Second round isn't. We got this. Second round isn't nothing. Getting to the conference championship is it's an accomplishment. Like if you are
I think
top
winning
4 team,
if you get swept in these conference
team in your conference,
if you get swept in these conference finals, I think you've accomplished pretty much nothing.
I agree.
Pretty much no.
Swept. No. Yes, I agree.
I'd agree, but like the Pacers last year, they're such a young team that it was like a big deal to make it.
Sure.
Say injuries got.
It helps the team, but
their path.
that's not an accomplishment for your franchise.
I don't.
In the long term,
I think it is though.
like in history, I don't probably not. But
what about
big
the
in the moment?
What about the Timberwolves right now? So the Timberwolves are most likely going to get swept the way it looks. I was wrong
Not
about
most
them.
likely.
I mean, they look.
I said
Nothing.
Thunder in 5 when it started. I'm sticking with Thunder in
Like,
5.
if you want to say like Thunder winning the series, most likely, yeah. Sweep,
Most likely.
Sweep,
Dude,
I don't think is.
sweep.
You think
is
this goes
like-
6 games, Meek?
I think it could go 5. I think a sweep.
Yeah. Well, Marty,
It's not
he's
crazy.
splitting hairs.
I know,
here.
but
I
like,
mean,
yeah, 5 and 4 is like
fine.
sweep.
Either way,
Also, would you be shocked if the Timberwolves got swept?
No.
Exactly.
Timberwolves are on life support, Meek.
They
They're
can't
done.
even match up at all.
I'll say it right now. The Timberwolves are dead.
I agree.
So when the Timberwolves are done, so what's your point, Marty? The Timberwolves are done.
Hand up. I have the exact odds right here. The
Zoom
the
in.
sweep is most likely outcome. So Marty, you were right.
Yeah, it's just. Can you move? Can you zoom in on it again?
Oh, my bad.
I know the Timberwolves are. I mean, the Thunder are -310 to win it all.
That's insane.
They're going to win it all, guys.
be honest,
I said they might not lose 2 games the rest of the way.
I mean, they are better than everybody else.
Yes.
I don't think anyone would
Significantly better than everybody else.
Bill
Knicks fans
Simmons
would
was saying
say.
they're gonna bulldoze their way into like all-time like NBA team like convos because let's say they win every game the rest of the way, they'd be 84-17 like on the season, like combining like regular season, postseason.
Yep.
That's like 97 Bulls territory where it's
but we said this
you're up
kind of
there.
about the Celtics last year. We did say like the Celtics last year. We were like, this might be like. There was conversations of saying how good they're gonna be.
You're such a dick.
I didn't know.
He really is.
I didn't know Hubs was cherries then.
Dick.
I think that last year we had conversations and the internet had conversations of like, oh, this is this Celtics team. There was odds for 3-peat when they did that.
They weren't that crazy.
And they weren't like the odds weren't like great. And at that point I was like, oh, they won 2 already, and no, they won 1. Right. Like basketball is so you have no idea what could happen next year with the OKC. You have no idea. Like
I will
also,
say basketball typically though is more predictive though. Like you have go all the way back to Lakers, Celtics, Bulls, Pistons even won back-to-back. You know, Lakers had that run. Like the Warriors, like it is usually more predictive, but I think with the salary cap stuff, we are seeing more parity now.
You said last 7 years, 7
I know
champions.
because the salary cap changed.
Also, the Thunder won't be able to keep this team like intact
for next year.
Shea is gonna,
like long term.
Shea's making.
Right.
What we say?
But the thing is, they have a lot of picks to also counter.
Refresh.
They're set up like they're not fucked like the Celtics. Like
Right.
Like they have.
The thing is too
ways
though,
around
the
this.
West is only. We just talked about it's getting better. The Spurs are going to get better.
That's true.
The Mavs are getting better.
Rockets are going to get better.
You don't think the
Lakers will get
Lakers
better?
are going to add somebody with Luka? Luka's getting skinny. See his wife making vegetables.
I didn't see that.
Yep, huge. I'm on.
You must hate that.
No, he's working out. Well, he looks. Let me tell you, Luka. Did you see that video of DJ Khaled and the one guy who does the waking up videos?
Yes.
Bananas. And it was like Luka and LeBron training together. It was so funny. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like OKC. I hate when they're like, oh, they're getting Bulls territory. They literally haven't even won.
No, but he was saying greatest. Like,
No, I
like,
understand.
Like single season.
Season, yeah.
I get, but they said that like the Celtics last year. They said it was like the most dominant season.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then now it's like, now everyone's like the Celtics are a disaster. It changes like this.
That's true.
Because like, no joke, like you never know what happens, injuries, whatever.
I will say for this single season, I don't think the Thunder lose 2 more games. At most 2 games rest away. They're winning the title. No offense. It's over. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
I don't care what he says.
I don't believe that.
You think I'm wrong?
I don't.
I didn't say that, but I just don't care.
Oh, that's bullshit though. That's
not bullshit.
Yeah, you can't say I don't care what this.
Why do you expect? Why do you want us to be up here and concede?
No, I want you to either argue my point or agree.
I
with
actually
me.
think that you're
not caring. That's a bullshit way.
You're disrespecting the Pacers and Knicks a ton.
Okay.
I think that's what you can't meet.
But I was wrong. The Wolves.
No, but like I mean, I said this about the Timberwolves. You guys said about this
Well,
series.
it's 2-0. Like
The series is done. You just said it, Marty. You said
yes,
it.
but I'm just saying we can't just say it's like we're wrong already when it's like it's 2-0. Like I understand.
You already conceded it was going to be a sweep.
I understand. I'm saying that the Timberwolves they look way worse, but also that doesn't mean that they can't just win 2 more
No, of
games.
course they can.
I know, but you're just saying it's over. It's like I get.
Yeah, I feel.
You're saying that
I don't think
they won the championship already.
Yeah, I think they're going to win the championship and do it easily. I'm saying that.
You have to give the Knicks a little credit. Like the Knicks and the Pacers.
Knicks and Pacers are good teams. I think the Thunder are a great team. I think
the Celtics were.
I think
a
the
good
Timberwolves
team?
are a good team.
You think the Celtics were a good team?
I thought the Celtics were a great team last year. This year,
Why not this year?
I think the Porzingis injury hurt them. Obviously, Jaylen Brown we found out was in the bad knee.
Didn't Porzingis, like,
I think
barely
Holiday
play
got old since the last season. They beat the Magic. They didn't look great.
Yeah, but Porzingis didn't play last year.
I will say
You're right. No, they needed him more this year, Mark.
the Knicks changed their roster to compete with Boston.
Yes.
So I will say that it was different, but he didn't play at all until like the finals.
Yeah, and I think that you're just disrespecting the East a little bit. Listen, yes, the odds are saying it. I think even Knicks fans can admit OKC is definitely better. I think Pacers fans can admit OKC is better. But like, did you think that the Mavs were gonna fucking beat the Nuggets last year? Did you think that they were gonna beat the? I did. Marty Mush did.
Marty also thought the Mavs were going to beat the Celtics.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I didn't. I only got to the championship.
Can I say
it was a great bet. I told you cash out. I was a good friend.
Best bet of all time.
I told you a friend cash out.
the Nuggets took him to 7? You think the Nuggets are better than the Knicks and Pacers?
Marty had a great text in the group chat last night about that.
Thank you. That's good.
See, I'm nice.
No.
Marty had a great text, and he said that that just shows you how great Jokic is, and that's exactly it. Like Jokic is such a level beyond that he was able to drag that team to a.
Also, shout out to that new coach. Also, that's you gotta give credit to
when does the
Adelman,
conversation? When does the conversation kind of fall on Anthony Edwards, where it's like he's the superstar? Everyone thinks he's so good. Everyone thinks he's the best.
Up against the juggernaut, though, Marty. That's not. It's not.
He keeps doing He keeps doing it.
You know who else?
He wasn't up against a juggernaut last year.
No, he wasn't.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he gets more grace than other superstars.
Like, I'm not really giving him credit for beating the Lakers.
Yes.
Or the Warriors.
Without Steph.
Or the Warriors, yeah.
And who'd they beat last year?
The Nuggets.
They beat OKC, right?
No, they beat the Nuggets and the Suns.
No.
The Timberwolves, yeah. They swept the Suns and beat the Nuggets in 7 games.
I trust Meek.
The Mavs
That's
beat
nothing.
OKC.
Right, because the
That's
KD
nothing.
thing, there was him.
That's not. They beat the defending champs.
That's not nothing, Marty. The Nuggets. That's
Nothing.
legit.
The Nuggets were.
Oh, come on. You literally just said.
I don't know.
Jokic
I
dragged
think that obviously I'm joking with that, but I don't know. I think that Anthony Edwards is getting a little more like.
He gets more leniency than anybody. If that was Tyrese Halliburton, they'd crucify him.
Yeah, why is Tyrese Halliburton not getting? He's still not getting credit.
Yeah, because Ant is cool. Like everyone's like, oh, he's cool.
He's way cooler.
He is. And the fact that his favorite movie's Matilda, love that.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Are you guys old enough to remember when the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe played the New Jersey Nets back-to-back
Yes.
years? You remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember.
yeah.
Like going into
year was
that, the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe played the New Jersey
What
Nets.
year was that?
2000, 2001, around there.
I'd
It
say
was like
01.
just when I was like paying attention to basketball.
And like you knew going in, you're like, all right, whoever wins these, they're just going to get their head chopped
If
off.
they win a game, like congrats to them.
That's this.
Yeah.
This is
that's
now.
this?
That's this.
It's just hard to say when.
And like you get like
but like I said, I think the Knicks are better than the Nuggets, right?
I
think so.
don't agree with that.
I do.
I would agree to that.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks
Overall, I
would
think
say
the
yes.
Knicks are better than the Nuggets.
Yes.
I think the Nuggets played the Knicks. The Nuggets would be heavily favored.
Heavily
No.
favored?
It's incorrect.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, no way.
Meek, what do you think about that?
If the Knicks
NBA
were-
Finals, Knicks Nuggets. I think the Nuggets would be like heavily favored.
No.
I think it'd be like a two. You'd have a two.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Really?
I could see them like
They-
even if they were favored, I think it'd be very even.
We can also talk about the Nuggets. Like their rosters wasn't good. Like it really was just Jokic and
I
a
know.
bunch of like other
I would have been
guys.
very happy with the Knicks. Obviously, I'm happy no matter what the Knicks gets to the finals. But if the Nuggets were waiting them, I would feel good about it.
Yeah, I would.
Really?
too.
I would feel better than the Thunder for sure. For sure. But I don't know. Okay.
I have a better. I think Denver's title window is like slammed shut.
I don't know what they do.
But also, like,
Jokic though.
to
Yeah.
be honest though, like,
You could have Jokic. That doesn't mean you can win a title.
But the
Yeah, it
Jokic Porter Murray thing that doesn't work anymore.
but I think
No.
they can switch it up. Like, I think people would
It's not
glad.
easy to switch things
Nah,
up.
they're also in
I do think
cap situations.
I do think people would gladly go to Denver, and
You can't. No, you can't pay
they
anybody
can't.
if they trade people away,
It still becomes very
though. Hard to
difficult.
do.
I think they could trade Jamal Murray.
Yeah, you could.
But what player are you getting instead of him?
Well,
Like,
that's
the
why I'm not a
question,
GM. I'm just
And
saying,
the thing
like,
is, even if you trade Murray, you're still over the cap. And
but
you can't
how
sign
it's
anybody.
kind of I don't hate. what
Porter's
you're
the guy
saying.
you
I don't hate
wanna
what you're
trade,
saying,
but-
Phil. But like, why would you say it's shutting when they just went to Game 7
Yeah.
with the best team?
Because I think
And we're saying that like they're not that their roster wasn't even that great.
at the same time they went to 7 versus OKC. They went to 7 versus the Clippers too. Like
Clippers are good.
they play wars. I think you're playing in a tough Western Conference, but a roster that isn't that good. Like Jokic can only do so much.
But didn't that roster won a championship?
Not the same roster.
No,
Like they're missing
they had
so many
Brown.
pieces.
They were missing Brown on that roster. And
No, Brown was on the championship roster.
I'm saying now.
Oh, yeah.
he's gone now.
Yeah,
Okay,
Different
Brown and who?
they had KCP on that roster, which was huge.
Those guys, those are
Yeah,
like
I know, but,
bench
like-
players that you need. Like they were playing
so all you
Strother
guys.
and,
The thing is, though, you guys are just saying they need
Watson.
bench players, which is easy to actually fill in the NBA.
It's really
but quality guys.
I think they can. Like if
with the strung cap like they have, it's not the easiest thing in the world.
I think it's easier than adding.
if it's so easy, they wouldn't have fired a GM. Like the old
I'm
GM
not
couldn't
saying
do
it's
it.
so easy, but I'm saying it's easier. It's 100% easier to fill in bench spots than like a superstar.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. They have
quality guys.
They have the superstar. Literally, one of the best players. I think he's the definite number one in the NBA.
He's one of the greatest players in NBA history. I
Yes.
can't say that.
That's what I'm
I can't
saying.
say their window's closed if he's still in his peak. I can't say
Exactly.
that.
And
No. But like their window is closed as presently constructed with these guys.
I
Gordon,
don't know if it
Murray,
is. They just
Porter.
went to 7 with the best team in the NBA.
Do you think going into next year, Gordon, Porter, and Murray can be those 2, 3, 4 for Jokic on a title team?
I do.
I don't know
I
if they
do.
can.
I don't think so.
They
proved
need
that they could.
something.
They proved
Something's
that-
got to change.
They're not favored. They would be like an incredible dark horse, but they still have a shot.
But I think they proved that
Maybe
they're
that's not
even
enough.
a dark horse. Like they literally, like they went to Game 7 with OKC when it's like, I don't know. I don't think that if they had one piece, they could be a championship team.
They need to. There needs to be a change. I don't know how radical.
Small
it needs to be.
change.
I don't know.
You know what player I think would actually like work out well for them if they get like James Harden on like a minimum
Well,
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but I don't
swap
think
him in
that
there.
that's.
A perfect guy for them would be like Caruso.
Which isn't happening.
This isn't happening. But I'm like,
No.
if Caruso was on that bench,
You could maybe get with the MLE. Could you go and get someone who's like a decent, like just
Like
bang out shooter?
they also just did this. Like
You could.
they went to Game 7 with Russell Westbrook being one of their main.
Yeah, he's gotta
bench
be off.
players.
Yeah.
That's more impressive to me.
I agree.
Than like you can
it's
upgrade
very
from
impressive.
Russell Westbrook very easily. And I think he gets more shit than he deserves, but he is. There's some games where it's like, oh my god.
oh, it's terrible.
I want to go back to the OKC for a second. So if you guys were neutral observers, which I guess you can't be, obviously, but like you think my take is like that crazy?
No, I know.
No,
I'm
no
not
one's
saying that, but
saying
you're
that.
not going to get me to like concede the Knicks here.
I just
Like,
think that
we're
you're
very much
shitting on the
in
Knicks more than they deserve. Like I don't think it's that much of a walk in the park than for OKC. Do I think OKC beats the Knicks or the Pacers? Yes. Right. But I'm saying I don't think it's. You're saying they're going to lose 2 more games
The rest of the way.
rest of the way. So you think they're going to go 6-2?
Correct.
Do we have a line? What's the line in Minnesota?
Minus-
Or six or-
OKC's minus 2.5 tomorrow.
Marty,
All right, that's not
6
crazy.
and 2 or better.
Yes, yeah. I think the Timberwolves win the next game.
Based off that line, I do too.
I think they win the next game. I think they can. I think they can at least get this to 6. I really do.
On the Jokic thing, I just want to ask you guys this question because I saw it on Twitter.
One has to go. I think Shaq definitely stays. Jokic.
Oh, this is
definitely
easy. Ewing
stays.
goes.
I was going to say.
And it's not. And Ewing, by the way, is a great player.
I was going to say it's you.
Do you think it's between Olajuwon and Ewing, or
No.
I think it's Ewing. and
Olajuwon
Roberts.
might be the best player there.
I'd say it's
I think it's.
maybe like.
I love Shaq.
think-
I love Shaq. Olajuwon might be the best player.
Oh, I think it's Ewing or Robinson.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's Nicole.
And then you're
Jokic
cutting
is
you.
the-
You're cutting.
You're cutting Ewing.
So it's
Sorry,
taking out
Pat.
the one guy didn't win a title.
You
Pretty
don't think
much.
Jokic is better than Olajuwon?
Well, we're not there yet. That's
Oh, but he definitely could get there.
Yeah.
he's so good. We're starting to get in that.
Yeah.
Which you say someone's compared to Olajuwon or Shaq.
It's crazy.
That is such rare air for me
We're
personally.
on like year 5 of him getting better every
I
year.
actually think
and
Shaq-
we're talking incredible
I think
Hall of
Shaq
Fame
gets
season.
disrespected
I do too.
as the older generation.
I do.
This generation
I don't know.
disrespects him.
Is it because
So then like 4 minutes of a highlight tape and then that.
I know, but I think like more people think about like free throws.
I think he's also like a big fat guy. When he was with Orlando and the Lakers, he wasn't.
I think it's he's also
Lakers
on
Shaq
TV.
was
and
so-
all.
Orlando Shaq was crazy.
True, but true.
we also had to see him in Boston and Cleveland
Right.
and Phoenix where
Well,
he
that's
was
what
just
happens.
so out of shape
Fat
and
Shaq.
gross.
What
Yeah,
happens
Fat
where
Shaq.
it's like almost like Vince Carter. You're like,
yeah.
oh God, he was so bad when he was in his 30s, 38 to 40.
Even
when he
like
was,
even on a lower level like Blake Griffin. Like
Oh, he
on his-
gets-
like Clippers Blake Griffin was unfucking believable.
Blake Griffin was
Even-
like one of the most. Even though Blake Griffin like now would bear, I don't know. It's just it was.
He was
such
a guy you wake
game.
up every morning for Sports Center and he's like, what did Blake Griffin do? the
How
night
did he
before?
dunk this?
Right,
Yeah.
but then when he got to the the Nets and the Celtics, he's this diminished version of himself. But like it's on a lower scale than the Shaq stuff. But like early Blake Griffin was fucking crazy.
Like Shaq played to was like almost like 39.
Yeah.
Vince Carter played to was 41. The reason they were able to play so long is because they were so great. And yes, their skills diminished, but Vince Carter at 30% is better than everybody else at 30%.
Yeah.
But yeah, last night, would you have?
I was gonna say, Hakeem Olajuwon did it all. He played defense. Has Jokic played defense as well as?
He's gotten better.
Not at all.
He used to be a turnstile. Like now he can hold his own. He's nowhere near like he's not going to get recognition for it.
But
like,
shooting, being
holds his,
seven,
he doesn't get like hunted basically.
But being 7 foot and shooting threes the way he does, and like that is the difference of Elijah.
That's the difference. Of everyone on that list.
Yeah, that's the only.
That's the one thing Jokic can do. None of those other 4 guys can do.
But also, to both of their credit, Shaq and them in that era didn't have to.
Right.
It was more just like the big man. If a big man if Shaq was doing that, it'd be like, what black magic is happening? Like, what magic is happening in this that he's going back and shooting threes?
I would say the other thing Jokic can do is the passing is really what separates him. The gift, his vision is crazy.
Yeah. His vision.
He sees things that like you as like a cutter probably don't even think. No way he sees me, and all of a sudden the ball's in your hand.
Yeah.
Like
no, Jokic is by far the best passer on that list.
yeah. I would say it's even more than the shooting. Like somehow because that's how.
But the game is so different now. Like Marty was saying, for a center to pass like that or a center to shoot, the only time center shot threes is when you had the ball and the buzzer's going to run out.
Right.
Chuck went up. Like it just wasn't done.
To be honest, I know the Duke guy, Malawak.
Yeah.
Like if he's like, have you seen his workouts like shooting threes and shit? He's 19 at.
He's a good free throw shooter.
7-2, and he like bangs threes. I wish he did that at Duke, but he can actually shoot threes. Like that's like what the new centers have to do.
I'm convinced he's going to be like one of the better players in this draft.
I think he definitely is.
Like and I'm looking at mocks, and it's not coming out that way.
I'm seeing him 6,
saw him,
7.
I even saw some like 10, 12. I'm like, how is this happening?
I think that's crazy, but
I could see him becoming the second best player in this draft.
Whoa, ahead of Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey?
I actually kind of agree.
I would surprise me.
I know he had a really bad end.
People were really high on Dylan Harper.
No, he had a really bad end, Malawak, in the final game. Like he just was kind of not. But I see so much from him. The shooting aspect too. Like
Yeah,
there's
Dylan Harper
so much that guy can do to impact.
is
the
really
game.
good, but like you do have to like. He didn't do like he was fine at Rutgers. Like he he didn't do much. He also they had the number 2 and 3 guy in the draft, and I know their cast sucked, but like I don't know. It also depends.
That's on Peichel. He's just got to be gone.
That's pretty crazy.
That's the worst coaching job I
Almost
think that I've ever seen.
Yeah, if that was
2 guys is crazy. 1 is whatever. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
2 guys.
You know, we've seen guys struggle, but like
2 guys.
Like Markelle Fultz was that team at Washington went nowhere. Was it?
Yeah,
Ben?
but that was Ben Simmons.
Ben
didn't
Simmons.
make it. But Ben Simmons, you saw was how Ben Simmons was incredible.
Right. But I'm saying
Anthony-
like to have 2 guys is different, and to still struggle. Peichel should.
Anthony Edwards didn't make it at Georgia.
True, they were like a 500 team, or even below.
They were not that good.
They were dog shit.
Dude, I will always
Crean.
remember.
Yeah.
I will always remember Anthony Edwards' first college game. I think it was against Michigan State, and I literally went up to your desk and I go, "That's Michael Jordan."
Yeah.
Like there's something's happening here that's different.
Yep.
And it was something that the jersey number he wore was in honor of like family members who had died. I was like, this guy is just number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. So last night he has 32 points, right? Okay, great. But he's minus 22, and
He didn't play good.
and if we watch the game, he just didn't play.
1 for 9 on threes.
Yeah.
He didn't play well, right?
No,
Yeah, like
you gotta step up. Game 3 has to be his game.
You know who else was 23 years old running into like one of the greatest teams ever in the playoffs? Michael Jordan did.
You know who was really
Celtics.
bad last night?
But he dropped like
Yeah.
60 something points.
Yeah, they ran to 86 and
63
87
points, right?
Celtics.
Yeah.
That's also what happens. Like, I know you guys love Julius Randle, but like Julius Randle was god awful.
He couldn't play worse.
You can't wait to bury this guy.
He was
Also, Nas Reed stinks.
Julius Randle was
Julius Randle.
god awful.
Julius Randle's
Yeah,
horrible.
Reed's been bad.
But you don't like Julius Randle.
No, I don't think that you can ever win. I don't think you can win a championship with that guy on your roster. I really.
Oh, that's bad take, Marty. That's
Why is it
that's
bad?
Because I mean, you can win a title with him on your roster. Yes.
No, as a main, I'll say.
As the number 2 guy.
As a main guy, one of the guys that you need to win a game. No, I don't think you can. If Anthony Edwards has a bad game, it's hard to rely on him to always having a good game as well. I really do. I don't. That's what I've always said. But Knicks fans are fucking jerk him off so much.
Last night you saw bad Randall. Like why the Knicks really needed to move.
There's some 2s like Jamal Murray usually to me I don't know why I just picked him, but there is 2s on teams that like don't like he has really bad games and needs the ball a lot as a 2. I don't know. I just don't like him as one of your main focuses on a team.
He did a triple-double last series and was a big reason they advanced.
Steph Curry lists
That's fair.
Warriors.
That's fair.
This is a real team he's playing.
That's fair.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
No,
but
Marty, I'll say this. He was horrible last night. If this team has any chance,
McDaniels was good.
And if this team has any chance to be able to compete with a team like the Thunder, who I think are elite, they need him to step up every single game. So you're not wrong, Marty.
To levels we almost haven't even seen. That's where he has to go to.
And it was weird. DiVincenzo like started out pretty good, and then
I thought he was gonna have a game last night. I was like, all right, okay, and he finished with like what, 9 points?
Worst plus
8.
minus of everybody.
Yeah.
And I bet him to have 10.
What's wrong with him?
You keep running into those hot starts that just fade off.
Dude, it's insane because I needed him one more from him. I needed one more basket from him, and he had 8 in I think the second quarter, and I 25-1 by the way. Anyway,
Last year in that series versus the Pacers, he was dropping like 37 points, something crazy,
Yes.
and now he just every single series he's looked like dog water.
yeah, no, the bench wasn't. The bench was odd. Well, Alexander Walker played really well actually.
Yeah.
But then Naz
Reed
Reid
is
was
just a
hard,
no-show,
0 for 5 from 3.
I feel like
Yeah,
maybe he's a guy who gets going at home. I don't know.
And also, like, the OKC shot 27% from 3. That's not good.
Oh.
And they still.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I don't think they can be beat.
But they also shot 50% from the field, so it's like that's a pretty insane thing.
I mean, both. I mean, that is insane. But both the Knicks and Pacers shot over 50% in game.
Yeah.
What makes OKC's offense so good is that they don't shoot volume threes. Like they'll just shoot the wide open ones. They're not just chucking up threes to chuck up
No,
threes.
they take high percentage shots.
Yeah.
They really do.
And like I said, they can go on like a 21-3 run in a blink.
It happens so quick.
Like it's like the old Warriors way. Like obviously not like shooting threes,
Yeah,
but
they
it's
could
like
be in neutral, but then the moment it all clicks in, offense and defense, and then it's all of a sudden we're winning by 5, you're down 15.
Jalen Williams is disgusting.
Yeah.
He's disgusting. And also, Rudy Gobert is a 0.
Oh no. Negative.
Why
It's not
can't
even a
he
0, Marty.
score?
they've been going small a lot this series too. The OKC, which is getting Gobert off the floor.
Why can't he score any points?
What Marty? He can't even play defense anymore.
He doesn't have moves.
He doesn't
He doesn't have a hook shot.
doesn't even defend well anymore.
This just shows you how bad the Lakers were.
I know.
I know.
27
I know.
24.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, well, that's where they.
That was
literally
when I
had-
realized, oh my god, this team is not good.
Well, they just had literally who was I actually don't even know who they were. Who was the
Jackson
big
Hayes
man?
is their center.
They didn't even play
Yeah,
Hayes.
they
They
can't.
it
And they
was like
benched him.
Dorian Finney-Smith at center.
You can't have listen, and that goes to show you still need a center in the NBA.
So all right, you push back on me about the Thunder only winning lose 2 more games the rest of the way. How many games do you think the Thunder are going to lose the rest of the way?
Listen, you keep taking my argument and moving it. My argument is that I think I agree with you that I think OKC is going to win. I do think they're the better team out of everyone left.
Right.
But I do think that the Knicks and the Pacers can put up a better fight than you think. Like you're saying 2 in the rest. I also think the Timberwolves are going to win the next game. So like
Then I'll ask you, how many games did they lose the rest of the way then? If you put a gun to someone puts a gun to your head, what do you think?
4? What? That's not that crazy. That means they would win every series in 6.
Okay.
That's not that crazy.
All right.
But like also but the thing is you're going out. You're not even like going out.
One of
on
those
a
series is
limb.
also a 2-0 right
You're
now.
also not going out on a limb like they're minus 350 to win the whole.
No, I'm not.
Where it's like if they win, I'm not going to be shocked if they lose 2 more games. That's why I'm
I'm not going to give you
this
credit.
series- I'm not gonna give you
either.
credit
That's
either.
bullshit. No,
it's
you
not.
Guys,
Like,
you guys got to stand on business then and say. Then either say what you feel.
I
say
am saying what I
you mean,
feel.
Say what you mean or don't. So
That's not. You see, now you're being an idiot.
No, I'm not, because you're going to disagree with me, but then agree with me.
It's not.
You can't do
disagreeing
that.
with
The Knicks are playing the Pacers. I'm not concerned about the Thunder right now.
And
I
listen,
know, but not everyone watching this show, Hubs, is a Knicks fan or a Pacers fan. So, like, there is a bigger picture at
2
large.
series going on in the NBA.
What's that?
There's only 2 series left.
I
in the
know, but
NBA.
most people watching this show probably aren't rooting
But
for the Knicks or Pacers. So it's going to be a more people are neutral than not.
But you're telling me to stand on business where, like, I'm not playing the Thunder. Like, the
I'm
Knicks
less
are
about
playing
you and more about Marty.
my thing is,
But you
this,
can't
though,
say I'm not going to give you credit if you disagree with me.
because
And
I'm
you're
not
minus-
disagreeing with you. I'm saying that I think OKC's going to win it all. That's my thought. That's me
I
standing
think it's going to be a
on
dominant run.
business.
But so if they do a dominant run, I'm right. If they don't, I'm wrong.
But what does it matter? But then we're both right. Because who cares if it's a dominant run? I still think they're going to win, but I respect the other teams more than you. That's all it is. And that doesn't. What is this argument? This is another thing that doesn't matter.
The argument is that if someone says, if someone says, hey, they're going to win in a dominant fashion, they're only going to lose 2 more the rest of the way. That is saying something. I'm putting it out. And so if you guys would be like, oh, well, Yeah, well, I'm not going to give you credit.
No.
Right.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying if the
bullshit.
Thunder just win it all, I'm not.
Yeah, it's more like.
No, I
okay,
don't expect that.
well,
I'm not saying
Well,
the
I
dominant
give a
part.
fuck
I'm saying
if
the
the-
Thunder winning it all. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god,
If the
come on.
Thunder win by.
So I put a gun to your head right now. You say the Thunder are going to win it all. Hubs. Of course you would. Like, no shit.
It seems very
Anybody,
difficult to knock that
right.
team.
Now, you can root for your team. I remember, for the Mets playing the Dodgers. Like, all right, I hope the Mets win. Put a gun to my head. My life depends on it. I'm saying the Dodgers are going to win that series. Dodgers are better team.
I wonder what.
What are
a
you gonna
Thunder-Knicks
congratulate me
series
if
would be, or
OKC
Thunder-Pacers.
wins it all and they will lose 3 games?
Oh no, I'll say you're right, Marty.
give a fuck.
No, not 3, but like let's.
But that's what I'm saying.
Three,
It's
fine.
like,
Three's
I
a-
said-
three's a
I
push.
said they're gonna
But if
lose-
these series both go 6 games, I will say you were right.
But I said they're going to lose 4 games, you're going to 2. That to me is like, who gives a fuck? It's they're going to win the championship. That's what I think, and I think that it's pretty. I think everyone in the world, even Knicks fans, think that they're going to. The OKC's going to win.
I think it's more likely they sweep the rest of the games than lose 4.
That's asinine.
Okay.
That's stupid.
Well, they'll probably be favored in every game, so it's not that crazy.
2.5 is like it's not
I'm
like
saying,
they're
but they are
minus
gonna be
7.5
favored.
on
You're
the
not
road.
gonna get plus money.
You
on
think they're
it.
going to
I'm
go?
not saying it's
you think
no-
it's going to be? It's more likely to go 8-0 than lose 4 games. Is crazy.
Yeah, I do. With this team,
That's
I do.
crazy.
Absolutely.
They just lost 3 to a worse team.
No, not a worse team.
Yes, they are.
I don't think they are.
They are.
I don't think they're
Nuggets
a
are
worse team for the Thunder. I disagree with
The
you.
Nuggets are worse than the Knicks. That's just true.
Well, but A, it's not just true. You're just saying that's true because that's what you want to believe, but that's not true.
Dude, yeah.
I think if the Nuggets play the Knicks, the Nuggets would be favored in a final. So you're wrong.
So why did everyone
I
else?
don't think that's true.
Everyone else is
I
saying
don't think
you're
that's
wrong,
true.
and it's but
I don't.
Right?
I think if the Nuggets played the Knicks in the finals, the Nuggets would
It's
be.
just
I think you're
wrong.
putting too much stock into Jokic.
I think they'd be
much-
favored, but it wouldn't be by a whole lot.
Sure, but
You said it was minus 200.
you said that it's a fact that the Knicks are better than the Nuggets.
I think it is.
Well, I don't, and I certainly don't think it's a fact.
But you just are saying such stupid things.
I don't think anything I'm saying is stupid. Everything I'm saying is.
You're gonna win 8 games. They're gonna sweep everybody.
I think it's more likely they
They
sweep
just
and lose 4
went to
games.
Game 7. I think they just match up better against the Timberwolves, and I also think the Timberwolves are not playing well. And I think that I actually think the Knicks are better than the Timberwolves as well.
Also, you keep saying the Knicks. Pacers are up 1-0.
When I say Knicks, I'm saying both. Like I actually think both.
Okay.
I don't know why. I get giving them.
What do you
so much
think? What do you think the
respect,
line's
but
going to be when it is Thunder versus Knicks or Pacers? What do you
I
think?
just asked that.
It's gonna be like. I think it's gonna. I mean, it's already 350. They're not playing anyone.
Right. And what do you think the line for games is going to be? It's going to be 5 or less,
What?
significantly. If Thunder versus
like over under amount of
Yes.
games that are played.
You don't have to guess. It's right there.
Oh, there you go.
Do you want me to zoom in or?
Minus 500.
minus 500. So I don't think
That's
anything I'm
not
saying.
like
You're saying
you're
what I'm saying
not-
is
you're
crazy.
not. That's not what the.
I'm not saying
fucking
anything
argument
crazy
is,
at all.
bro. That's not what the argument is. You keep just changing the argument every single time. You keep changing
But
the
minus
argument.
Made me feel good
500.
about the
All I've said is OKC's gonna win, and you're still arguing with me
'Cause
that
I'm
it's
saying
they're gonna
they're
win by a little better fashion.
We get
I
it.
don't get
Dumb
what the
arguments here, man.
what.
We get into some dumb arguments.
It's so stupid. You're getting angry about nothing because you think you stand on business. Where that's not standing on business. I think OKC's gonna win as well.
You
Just
said
'cause
it's
you think they're gonna win
crazy
by
to
2.
think they sweeping it out. You said it was crazy.
Sweeping it out, I do think is crazy. Winning 8 games in a row in a conference finals and the finals is fucking crazy. Yes, I think that.
I said once again, just
When
for the
if they
record,
lose one game, I'm gonna be like, you're wrong.
Nope.
That's what I'm gonna say because this is stupid.
this is typical Marty.
Oh, T-Wolves game
Mario,
3.
it's just like you're making
I
an
said it's
argument out of
more
nothing.
likely that happens than they lose.
That's not
4
standing on.
games.
That's not.
That is. That is. And I said they're gonna
make
lose
one.
2 or less the rest of the
Don't
way.
make it. It is, you
And I will-
a stupid thing.
That series, when that series comes out, Thunder.
You know this is a
when
stupid
that series
argument.
comes out, Thunder versus the East, that line is going to be under 5.5 games, right? And I'm gonna as long as the odds are decent, I'm gonna bet a significant amount on that.
Go for it.
There's no way that I don't think there's
It's not
any
gonna
way
be a
that goes
great
6
bet.
games against these teams.
All right.
All right. We both agree OKC's gonna win. You made an argument out of nothing.
I don't think I did.
I think you did.
I don't think I did. I think it's that's how much I respect this Thunder team. I think they're that
Please talk
dominant.
about something else.
Bring it up then, Hubs. Don't talk about something. You're on the fucking show. You got a microphone. Say
No,
something.
I know. It's just like we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Welcome to Pick Central, mode.
Yeah, it is Pick Central.
The
Fortunately, it is Pick Central.
same time yesterday, like 12:40, the Big Ev argument happened. It's like the same
Yeah,
time
it's the
every
same time.
time there's a stupid argument.
There's a rhythm to this show.
Yeah.
This one was on you.
I don't think so.
I think deep down he knows. I saw that smoke.
I don't. I think debating the dominance of the Thunder, I think, is an interesting discussion.
I do too.
You guys wouldn't play ball, so yeah, I ended up not being great. But I think it's an interesting discussion. If I was with different people that either weren't biased or maybe mentally challenged, it would be a more interesting discussion.
Yeah, but like you just think that you're always right.
No, it's not, Marty. Either way, we're going to see if I'm right or wrong in 2
No,
weeks.
it's just like you just like pick very specific things to be right about. Where it's like,
I think it's a pretty good discussion to have on a sports show about how good this team is. I think it's a pretty reasonable talking point.
I didn't say it wasn't, but
What do you want to talk about, Marty? Let's go.
Oh my God, you're being like a dickhead for no
I don't
reason.
think so.
Out of nowhere,
I try
you
to have a
are.
discussion.
No, you're not. You just think that like all your discussions are right. Like,
No,
dude,
I don't.
had the discussion for 20 minutes. I had a discussion for 20 minutes. We argued, and then now you're just being an asshole.
No, the whole time we discussed it, you kept saying that you kept picking me apart the whole time.
That's what an argument is. You fuck.
No. Argument is deciding the point, not picking the other person apart. But
What are you talking about? Now we're having an argument about what an argument
I'm ready
is?
to move on. Now you're arguing about the argument. I was ready to move on. I said a number of times. What else you got?
No, that's actually not what you said. You said you pick a topic.
Well, yes, because the thing I want to talk about, you guys want to talk about anymore. So go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
20 minutes we talked about it.
What do you want me to say, Marty? Well, I'm ready to talk about something else.
Yeah, also, I do feel like we did talk about it. We did talk about Thunder dominance. It wasn't like we brushed it aside.
We did, but the whole time I had to constantly keep defending the actual argument, which is frustrating.
What the argument is about.
No, not the argument. The discussion I had to keep defending.
Whatever. Knicks Pacers tonight. How is everyone feeling?
Ooh, baby.
I feel good.
Hubs is the most confident in it.
I feel good. I think
Vince
I
is
trust this team. I trust this team will come out the right way and get it done this time. Yeah.
All right, what's the line? 5.5?
I believe.
saw
I think it's
6.
6. I think it's 6 now.
Jesus.
I said it the other day. The Pacers, after a big win, tend to have a bit of a hangover. The Cavs, game 2, they ended up pulling it out with that Halliburton last-second shot, but the Knicks aren't the Cavs, so
All pressure's on the Knicks.
for sure, absolutely. And I hope the Pacers prove me wrong, but I think the Knicks win this one tonight.
I'm hoping we
think
get a
the
little
Knicks win
Hallie.
this
100%. Like Meek was saying, well, they're going to be upset they let that one get away. I think this makes the Knicks hungrier. Like they're more focused.
Yeah, they'll lock in.
There's no way we can lose this game at home.
Yeah, I'm very confident next win tonight. I
Yeah.
just won't feel like that great about it.
You just don't think we can win in Indy. That's your
You
issue.
have to
Yeah.
feel great about it.
I
Like,
just-
if you win, if you're 1-1, it's like,
1-1.
listen, you're fine. Like it's
No,
it's
1-1.
it's bad,
Teams proving they can win on the road.
Not
also.
that great at
I
home,
would
Meek.
Two
What is
and
this
zero.
about? The
You should
Knicks
be
haven't been
2-0,
great at
Here's
home.
the
but
thing.
1-1 is not a disaster.
No.
If we had gotten blown out in game 1,
Bad.
like by 20-point loss, and we win game 2, I'd be like, you know what? I feel good.
See, that's
There's a lot of
crazy.
It's
to
the
me.
fact that we had a win stolen.
That's
well, not stolen, like
insane to me.
stolen
Why?
from us or
If
choked.
I got blown out in game 1, I would feel way worse being 1-1 than knowing that you blew it out.
That's what we said.
No, you just said if he was blown out game 1.
I'd feel better.
That's crazy to me.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane.
No, the Knicks. Because the Knicks showed
the
good
Pacers
things in
did
that
not.
game.
Exactly.
The Pacers didn't win game 1. The Knicks lost that. The Knicks gave that up. The Knicks played better than the Pacers the entire game besides the last
In my
4 minutes.
freak things needed to happen for
overtime.
the Knicks to lose that
In
game.
the overtime. Yes.
They did.
But I think even Vibs would under like, dude, you guys blew them the fuck out. You lost it.
But what? Okay,
If the Pacers beat you by 20, I'd be like, fuck, they're
outclassed.
They're out.
Thing is,
Yeah,
like if they shut down
even.
Brunson and Towns looked terrible, I would not feel good going to game 2. Those two things didn't happen.
in the Knicks playoff losses this year, game 2 versus the Pistons, awful Knicks performance, awful offensive performance. Game 5 versus Pistons, awful Knicks performance, and then both sides they're awful performances. The Knicks played good in game 1 and lost. That's what's like bothering me. Like they played good enough to
Two
win.
freak things had to happen. The Pacers started the game 9 for 9, and then the Nesmith avalanche. Like
So
you chalk that up. You tip your cap, and you're like, all right, let's get him in game 2.
It's not even just
I
Knicks,
don't
like,
foresee
that's
those
just
two
the-
things ever
the Knicks
happening again.
really, the Knicks gave it up. That's
Wow.
what I feel better.
Nesmith, you think he's gonna hit 5 threes in 2 minutes?
He's
No,
gonna
not
hit 5
that, but,
threes in a
but
game.
I will say
From
from
8 of 9.
experience, you can blow a 20-point lead back-to-back.
No. I'm talking about how it happened. I don't foresee that happening again. Now, the Pacers can come back in a game, but I don't foresee it happening that way.
It's funny that Knicks
That'd be
fans like
crazy.
do kind of like you guys were down 20 points. I know it wasn't like how the Pacers did it, but like you were down 20 to the Celtics.
Back-to-back games.
No, it is literally. I'm putting the Celtics shoe on.
Yeah, I think
I am experiencing now what it felt like to be the Celtics after that Game 1 loss.
it's way more
And
frustrating.
It's even worse for you guys because you guys didn't win a title last year, so it's even worse. Like,
But we're doing the same talking points Celtics fans were doing last year too. It's like, oh, they can't replicate that again.
So I literally just said that. But yeah,
and the Pacers one was more heroic than what the Knicks just like won the whole fourth quarter. The Knicks were winning the fourth quarter. 8 minutes of the fourth quarter?
9 with a minute to go.
Oh yeah, and they then just had a great stretch without Randall. Like everything was going Knicks. Everything.
I feel good.
Yeah.
I think they come out good. Come out strong. I think actually this could be a Halliburton like ghost game where he just like isn't that aggressive because he goes into those lapses sometimes.
100%. Yeah.
I
think Halliburton's actually going to play well. I think it's going to be the role players are going to have a less game, and it's like, all right, well, that's why they lost because they. 8 and 9's
The only
crazy.
thing though, the Pacers have so many role players that are pretty good that like even if a couple guys fall back, other guys could step up.
They do.
They have a really deep roster.
Nembhard wasn't good in regulation, and he came alive in OT. Like he can have just a really good overall game, no doubt.
I think
Mitch needs to play more.
I think
Mitch needs to get to 30 minutes tonight.
The rotation for the Knicks is what I'm interested in this
Me too.
because Hart should play less. I think that Mitch should play more.
Deuce should play a little bit more.
Deuce didn't play it barely,
but
when he played, he hits
minutes,
threes.
man.
He's been hitting threes.
He's part of the reason they beat the Celtics, man.
But
played well in game one, too,
Nembhard
right?
is someone that needs to he didn't play well to the overtime, and like if he plays well, that's scary. Miles Turner didn't play well for the last.
Miles Turner's
quarters.
a huge piece because
Yeah.
he didn't play the last 7 minutes of overtime, which
And
is
I agree
crazy.
with what you said. I think that Siakam's just going to have 16, 18 points every game.
He is the most consistent player on the Pacers, probably. But yeah, OG is going to be in his ass.
I need a better OG game.
And OG played like dog shit.
I need a better OG game. Bridges was good.
I thought OG had some big shots though, some timely shots. I know he shot poorly. He was like 2 of 8 for 3, but he had some big shots.
So good.
Let's do our picks today.
King of the Diamond, so we're gonna have a home run
King
pick.
of the Diamond.
Oh, King of the Diamond today?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't see that. Oh, I like that.
For games after 6 o'clock. So this Red Sox game, the
Doesn't
first
count.
game does not count.
All right, so games at 6 o'clock. So we can pick a maximum, 5 guys?
Five
guys.
guys. So are we all picking one and putting it together, or are we all picking 5 ourselves?
I'm going to actually bet it all right now. So let's do it together. We'll take everyone's pick. So you just parlay all of them?
Yep.
Let me opt in. 1 million King of the Diamond. Okay. So everyone pick. Vibs, you're going to go first.
Oh no, don't let Vibsy go first.
Okay.
I don't even have
So,
anything.
Meek, you go first.
Let me see this.
All right. I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna try to pronounce this guy's name. Adale Amador on the Rockies. The Clark Schmidt has given up 4 home runs to left-handed batters this year. He is a switch hitter. Feels like a random name that could just win it all.
So it's the Rockies?
The Rockies.
What's his name again?
Adale Amador. He's plus 800 to hit a home
You
run.
make me do this against
The
the
kind of.
That's not nice.
That's not nice. That's the kind of. So then you think the Rockies will have the most runs in baseball today?
If they win, they probably would take them having the most runs in baseball today.
That's not a bad point.
I'm on Jake Berger from the Rangers. They're playing the White Sox. He's been red hot lately. It's plus 370.
Is he even on the list?
Yeah, is he?
Who?
This
The
guy.
Rockies guy?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
Adale Amador.
He is.
I just took him. He's plus 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Plus
is.
800. Amador. Got it. Okay, sorry, Clement. Who's yours?
My guy is Jake Berger on the Rangers. He's been red hot. They're playing the White Sox. I think they could. I know the offense hasn't been great for the Rangers, but he's been playing pretty well.
Burger.
I shouldn't say red hot, but he's been playing pretty well. It's plus 370.
370. Okay, Hubs.
We're gonna go with.
I'll go with mine since I have
Yeah,
it.
go.
I have. I'm going with Matt Shaw.
Hmm.
For the Cubs. I think he's like plus 700. I think
900.
900.
It's Hunter Green.
Yep.
I'm going Starling Marte. I don't think Kershaw is that good anymore.
No, I agree with you. That's my
And
pick of the day.
Lefty righty. I thought about Nimmo, but lefty don't love that. So I'm gonna go Marte. Maybe if he keeps batting 2, because I like to take guys who are at the top of the order.
I do too.
This type of thing. More at bats. If Marte hits second in that crochet game, maybe they do that again.
right.
So give me Marte.
And I will say
Everyone
Marte's issue when he's older is he can't hit like the. But
Slop. He's getting curveballs.
it's not like he's
Yeah.
blowing 101 by him.
Yeah. So let's take
Before
a shot. at
Vibs
Marte.
goes, explain to everyone what the King of the
King of the Diamond is if you have a guy that hits a home run in your five leg parlay, and on the highest scoring team, you get a share of $1 million in bonus bets.
If that team scores the most runs of the day.
Correct. And
Your bet can lose. Like, all 5 guys don't need to homer in that thing. As long as your guy homers and that team scores the most runs, you're then in the pool for whoever.
Right.
and when this
Has there
promo
been
is
a day that
ran,
no one home runs?
In the,
I think there's ever been a day that no one's
In
a home run.
like the 1910s.
Like as of recently, there's never been a day.
Not with a full schedule. No.
Crazy.
the most recent guy to win this was Pedro Pajes earlier in the week.
Right.
Who, like,
Who'd
what,
you just
16 guys had him?
I took Jake Berger.
And Vibs, who do you got?
I don't know if I should defer my pick to someone who knows more about baseball.
No.
No. This is how we win.
One. So
Pedro
I actually-
Pajes won.
I
You can
entrust
take
you.
any-
Your might be
More
the
than me.
right one.
Well,
It's okay.
Ronald Acuna Jr.'s back.
Right?
He's coming back in a big way.
Vibs, you don't have to tell me.
Yeah,
MVP starts today.
I did.
Yep.
I did want to. So Marty, so the most games Acuna can play is 113.
Yep.
At some point, are you like, well, maybe that was a dumb pick by me?
Plus 330.
No, I'm not actually.
You think he's still gonna win MVP?
I don't think I'm not saying I think he will, but I don't think it's the dumbest bet because he hasn't started yet. So I don't
Did you
think
pick
it's
it?
pretty.
I think it's the dumbest.
Pick
bet.
guy yet?
Shaw.
Oh, Shaw. Okay.
So you're taking Acuna? I don't mind that.
So the pick central 5 for King of the Diamond is Adele Amador, Jake Berger, Matt Shaw, Starling Marte, and Ronald Acuna Jr.
$5 would get you 136,000.
If they all,
Dude, could
It-
you fucking imagine that? Oh, my God.
So real.
This is a
fuck,
boost.
though,
'Cause
you
also they
should
do
bet a
give
dollar,
you a boost.
right? Like if you're really talking about this logically, you bet a dollar, right?
I'm throwing 5.
Well,
on
do
it.
five, but-
minimum's $5.
Yeah,
for that.
Oh, minimum's $5.
Yeah.
And you get a 50% profit boost.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
So from 90K to 136K.
Yeah, I'm in. I just bet it. 136K.
all right.
Feels good. Feels like a strong play. Dale Amador.
Hey, 9 hitters versus the Yankees usually beat them. I mean,
That's fair.
I already said we're losing 2 to the Rockies, so
We're minus, what's the line tonight? 3 something?
300.
the Rockies don't even have a
we're
starting
minus-
They're
pitcher.
starting Tanner Gordon though, right?
minus 3.5, I think, the run line.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It's
no,
down-
Rockies starting Tanner. Tanner Gordon might be the worst starting pitcher in baseball.
It's down to 290. Crazy enough, Judges never played in Coors. How about that?
Wait,
Is that
what's Judge hit a home
That's
run?
interesting.
Plus 130, I saw.
Oh my God.
Should be
have
minus
dropped.
140.
I actually was wondering if he homers tonight, will tomorrow be minus money?
Yeah. Right.
And has anyone ever been minus money to hit a home run? Was Bonds ever minus money to hit a
I
home
don't
run?
know.
He was also
The only thing
walked
is
so
Tanner
much.
Gordon is so like it's hard to get any.
He's down to plus 125 the homer.
Yeah, you see it. Kevin from Marty. I see you. Kevin from Long Island
Kevin
chimed
from
in and said that was a great argument we had about the Thunder. I think it was too. Too bad you spent the whole time arguing with the argument, but it was a very good point I brought up.
I didn't.
Judges
Very good point I brought up.
Didn't argue with the argument. You just.
Very good point I brought up.
You just.
Yep, I talk in sports on a sports show. How dare I?
I hope OKC literally just loses every game now.
See, now we have a talking point for this show. Wow, what a
No,
shock.
I
Clemmer does
don't.
it again.
Did you rub off on him yesterday or something?
I think I'm being totally fair. Meek, you.
And a boy.
Meek, you agree, you were with me on my Thunder dominance. I know you are.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they lose 3 games, you
I'm
lose.
not trying to put your Knicks fandom. I'm putting your Knicks fandom aside. You agree that this team is like is going to go on a could really go on a run.
I mean,
But
yeah,
what about
if
like,
they
you
play
were
like
so
they keep
wrong about the
doing.
Celtics, you know?
So wrong about the Celtics.
Couldn't
But I
be,
was also biased.
Actually, couldn't have been more wrong.
So wrong about the Celtics.
The Thunders
Couldn't have
didn't
been more
impress
on
me in the last
Yeah.
round.
I was also right about some other things.
What?
I was right about the Warriors.
Still, we're not doing. I'm not. You're not baiting me.
I think my argument would be I could see them losing 3 games, but I don't think that's drastically
So
different.
that's
That's
Will
like
Warren.
not
Fair,
even-
but I had to put a line somewhere.
That's what I said. I said 3, and then this argument means nothing.
Yeah,
right,
it's
then it
just
does.
like-
Then it does mean nothing. But the big story, the big gambling story I saw after the game last night was that the Thunder are plus or minus 310 to win it all. Like, all right, that's a good talking point for the show. I'm trying to do stuff for the show. I care about Pick Central. I'm like, all right, this is a good thing to bring up on the show the next day. Maybe some of the guys will chop it up with me, and they did.
Yeah, no, you presented it like that really nicely too, not like an asshole.
Right.
Sorry, I wasn't kind enough for you, Marty.
No,
I didn't hold your hand while we
I
discussed
don't know if
it.
you know how you talk. It's like you
Speak.
talk
I
like.
don't know if you know
You
how
know
you
when you know when Rico says. Actually, I'm not going to repeat what he says because it's bad. But
You should repeat.
when you talk to like a child, that's what happens with you.
Sometimes I'm talking to children in this show.
Vibs, what's your picks?
All right, my picks tonight. I'm staying away from betting the Pacers money line because I think the Knicks are going to win.
Go bet with your heart. There you go.
But I think that the bench for the Pacers is going to show out. So I parlayed Ben Mathurin 10+ points and TJ McConnell 8+ points for plus 258. And then, so that's my pick for tonight. Sunday, the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Put a little bet in on that. The hometown hero from Noblesville, Indiana, Connor Daly, to show. So a top 3 finish, plus 600. He is in row 4. He had his best finish last year.
Someone, a Knicks fan, tweeted like, a ticket and a hotel is cheaper than Knicks game. Like, we should pack out the Pacers. And a Pacers fan quote to you be like, yeah, moron. I'm sure nothing else is going on Memorial Day in Indiana that's not going to be expensive to go.
Amazing.
Yeah, our 500,000 seat venue.
Yeah, I'm not going to be busy at all.
Hotels will be easy to find.
Yeah.
Didn't we meet that guy, Vibs?
What's that?
Didn't we meet him together? Connor Daly?
Yeah, no, he's not to flex. He's my friend. Good guy.
We flex friends.
Oh, right, that's right. But yeah, beat the Knicks, kiss the bricks.
You know what? I'm sure he's a great guy, and I hope he does well. That's what I'd say about
Thank
people's
you.
friends.
I respect that.
Besides Vinny Pasquantino, he's probably going to get booted out of his position soon. But sorry.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy too. You know he's a nice guy. You're being shitty. You're lashing out because you had a bad show today. That's
I didn't have a bad show. I actually feel strong about my show today. I'm pretty strong. What's your picks?
I'm on the Pacers +6 tonight.
-7. Sorry, never mind.
What's happening?
That was mean. That would have been mean.
What?
I was going to be mean, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
no,
gonna
do it. Do it. Be
I'm
mean.
not
Be
going to be mean.
mean. See how it turns out for you.
No,
Yeah, be mean.
Go.
Be mean.
I'm not going to be mean.
All right, exactly. Piece of shit. Clayton Kershaw hits over 4.5. He's
Feels so low.
It is, and my worry with Clayton Kershaw though, they do pull him early in these games, but he's
What
been
start is this?
his second one. If you go back to last year, guys are hitting 304 off him.
How many pitches did he have last game?
I forget
Because did they baby him?
a little bit.
That's the only thing.
I know, me too. But I don't think he's going to walk guys, so I think he's going to pitch to contact. And I said guys are hitting 304 off him in the last 2 years. And then I'm on for Sunday OKC money lines -135. You can bet the 2.5 spread for -110. It's just more fun to bet money line because then you're kind of like rooting for the point of the game. I always if I have a chance, I always try to bet money line. So those are my plays.
83 pitches last Sunday.
That's more than I would have thought, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot.
So he's built up.
You like that pick, Meek?
I don't hate it. I hope it hits. If we have 5 hits off Clayton Kershaw, it's probably a good game.
Is it though? Like 5 hits isn't very much.
Well, if they're extra base hits.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what if they're all home runs?
Yeah, what if they're all? That's 5 home
That'd be
runs.
wonderful.
What if Sterling Marte hits 3 home runs tonight?
We just need to get one.
Be in a really good spot.
And the Mets score 20, and then boom,
Yeah.
Be in a really
We're all
good
happy.
spot. Astros yesterday. That was delightful. That was a nice little pick from me.
Dude, George Kirby, like, is it just rust? What's going on?
I don't know, but I thought the number was a really good spot.
How did you take credit for that bet, by the way?
As I took it.
You took
I
it.
did too.
I took it first.
No, I did it first in the show.
You could both take credit for it. He could take credit for
I
it.
just
You're
said.
being a
Well,
selfish asshole.
no,
today,
he
buddy.
said he said
you're being
credit to
he's
me.
being
I said
vindictive
I
today.
took it too. I talked about it.
I submitted it on the show first.
No, he didn't.
I think I did.
He did. He had the first. He had his bet was first. He was sitting over here.
Correct.
No, Hubs. He's being vindictive today.
Yeah.
I actually.
He's lashing
no,
out.
This is a playful like.
It is.
You know
This
that
is
was
nice.
playful.
This is
This
nice.
was like he knows what I was doing. You like.
No, you're
Marty's-
you're out for blood today.
So I only went 1-0
Challenge.
yesterday because the Sox was rained out. So I'm gonna go after it again. I like the Orioles money line today. The first game 135 plus 105. The game starts at 135. I also like in the game Gunnar Henderson to have 2+ total bases -110.
This is off of who?
Bayo's pitching during the day. I'm pretty sure he's not good.
It was bad during the day, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like,
it's
really
I don't-
bad.
I don't know why they're doing it. He's just bad in general, but
I don't know if that's true.
I don't think he's that good of a pitcher.
But isn't he like horrific during the day? I want to
pretty
say those were his splits.
So I'm going to take the lefty bat and Gunner against him. I like the Stars tonight, -115. I like the Cardinals +110.
Florida's gonna win it all, by the way.
They're unbelievable. I'm so mad at myself. I forgot to bet them.
That's back to back, correct? If they win.
Correct.
Cardinals tonight, Mikolas on the bump against Gallen. Not a big fan of Gallen this year.
Great guy though. We're all Zach Allen fans.
Great guy. Unless he's pitched against New York teams, I don't think he's that very good.
No.
Cardinals plus one. Cardinals plus 110. I have no allegiance towards him.
That's not,
And Jalen Brunson.
I went to his house. He's
Friend
a
of the
nice guy.
friend of the
Well,
show.
if he invited me to his house, I would have maybe not made that bet. Jalen Brunson, 35 plus points tonight, plus 200.
By the way,
Right.
Brian Bayo, 554 a lifetime during the day. I am also now, because of that, and Hub's wisdom. See, Marty, I'm complimentary. I'm taking the Red Sox. Orioles money line as well, plus 105.
If you're not a smart person, you're taking the Orioles.
I agree. I've lost on the Orioles recently, and it just sucks, but I like the number.
I have a 14-1 parlay tonight. Mitchell Robinson, 9 rebounds.
Love it.
Pascal Siakam, 19 points, and Nemhard, 15 points.
That feels like
That's the happiest I've seen Nick in days.
Sounds like a great bet, no?
that feels like
You
a
know
good
what?
bet.
I gotta start getting some positive mindset.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Nice.
you got right.
You know?
I like the Mitch part. Definitely
Yeah,
check that out.
because if Mitch is getting 9 rebounds, I feel like we have a good chance.
He had 8, and he lost.
He had
by
8 and
one
he
last
barely
time.
fucking played.
I know. He's got to play 30
I love
minutes.
that you're taking confidence in a Marty Mush bet. That's funny to me.
I've been actually not bad.
Desperate.
I haven't. You're -7 in your picks.
It's 8.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean,
Pick of the day. Pick of the day.
but
bad.
no one wants to play for the Granite because you keep fucking losing.
No,
Cooper Flag is gonna leave you.
Also,
32
you know
and
what's
50.
kind of bullshit?
His mood was elated. I
Yeah,
think.
but you know what's kind of bullshit?
32 and
Brad?
50.
The GM never talks to the media.
I do.
No.
I do press
I never-
conferences.
I haven't
regularly.
gotten one-
I did a press
Yeah,
conference
from
I
a
did press
simulated, no one here can interview you during the game.
And he got in the chat like everybody else. They all. I take questions from the chat.
Yeah, they're probably softballs compared.
They're
to
not.
the media.
No, they're not softballs. I talk to the chat. I see. I'm unlike you, Marty. I'm a man of the people.
I don't know if you know I talk to the people on Rock.
I'm a man of the people.
Rocket.
Chat regularly. With that.
Yeah, I'm sure you really are the man of the people.
I am.
Cubs minus 115. I have the Brewers plus 105. I don't care if Paul Skeens is really good. They still lose when he pitches.
They
3
can't
and
score
7.
runs.
Exactly. They scored. Was it the first?
Can't
time?
hit for them.
1-0, right?
They scored over 5 runs, over 4 runs.
First time in a month they
a
scored
month?
more than 4 runs.
Yeesh.
Did
And
you see
Peralta's good.
Aaron Jones.
That literally sounds like a
Out
Mets
for the
stat
year.
that Frank made up. It's like, I haven't scored 4 runs.
Yeah, he did Tommy John.
Who?
When did that happen?
Aaron Jones.
Jared Jones is out.
Did that just get announced?
No, yeah, he's
Did I
getting
miss that?
UCL surgery.
3 days
Did that get announced?
like
3 days ago?
this week.
I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's something.
That's-
it's just-
didn't pitch an inning this year. That Pirates.
I know he was hurt. I just
That
didn't know they
Pirates
went
team
Tommy
is
John.
so infuriating.
Did you see?
give me
I don't
the-
know
you
if
give
it was
me the
Heyman or
Brewers.
whatever. Someone was like, they're not trading him, and they believe they can build around him. It's such a
fuck are they
crock
talking
of
about?
shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, you have to say
It's
that.
a lie.
Yeah, you have to say it though.
Liars.
Brewers plus 105 with Peralta on the mound. Sure, like that. I don't. You have to score 2 runs. I'm going with the Giants to
I
beat
like
the
that.
Nationals, and then I am going with the Red Sox in the second game.
I don't even think there's a pitcher for one of the teams.
The Orioles aren't pitching. The Red
Orioles
Sox
don't.
pitching Giolito.
Giolito.
So Marty's back in Giolito.
Giolito is
Back.
terrible.
And
Good
the
guy,
Orioles,
though.
Giolito
Orioles are
should not
really
be in a
bad.
rotation.
I'm also taking the Dodgers.
Oh,
Scumbag.
fuck you, Marty.
Is that here?
Canning, I think,
Yeah.
is gonna get hit
Yeah,
by the
so
Dodgers.
all
Going
three-
Sunday.
All 3 games are nationally televised for Mets Dodgers.
This is Apple tonight, Fox
Apple
Saturday,
TV, Fox,
ESPN.
ESPN. I think the Yankees have the same thing versus them next week too.
Oh, it makes sense.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I mean,
And then now if I'm trying to flip back and forth between Apple TV and the Knicks, it's gonna be a whole pain.
you
in
gotta
the
get it
ass.
on the iPad.
That's actually really annoying.
That's the most
That's
annoying
a
part of
annoying
it for
thing.
sure.
Fuck.
It's like when we wanted the Yankees on the other night. It was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
it's on
gotta wa-
Amazon.
I gotta watch on my phone. That was nice though. Dominguez hit a home run. Walk off. The Yankees have an interesting 9-game stretch here. Play the worst team maybe ever in the Rockies. Then they play a red hot Angels team, and then the Dodgers. Just a weird,
We have a similar type.
weird combination of teams there.
Because after this series of Dodgers, we have the White Sox, and then we have the Rockies.
The Rocky series is more important than the Dodger series.
100%.
White Sox Monday. I'm going to that. Are you going to that game Monday? More
Yeah,
than
I am.
4 o'clock.
I
too.
am.
Hopefully, you're not all in a bitchy mood. Hopefully, it's nice to see you.
All right, my picks. I have Mikal Bridges over 15.5 points. I have Karl Anthony Towns over 25 plus points.
All
I
right.
think those are good players. I think they show up tonight.
We will see everybody on Thursday. Good luck to, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Brain fog. Good luck to Vibs.
Go Knicks.
And good luck to Hubs and Meek.
Let's go Pacers!
Happy Memorial Day.
Kiss the bricks, beat the Knicks.
Watch the Knicks!
We will see you guys on Tuesday. See ya.